And there's something already. Do you know 11 is epic in one hit, 11
All right, guys. Today, we talked yesterday how we're going to do stations, right? We're going to do some stations using some poetry because we're currently working on poetry. We've taken notes on it, and we're just going to keep working through it. We're going to look at a poem that you're going to see again, right? You're seeing it today. You're going to see it again later on this quarter in a book we're going to read as a class. So I'm going to pass out the handouts, and we're going to discuss kind of what we're going over.
And while she's doing the handouts, I'm going to put you in your stations, right? So you guys are familiar with this. You'll get your stations in. This will be station 1, station 2, station 3, and station 4, right? So you will go to your stations as soon as you get your number, all right? And here we go. So what you can do right now when you get your number and you get your paper, the only thing you're going to need today is your poetry book, your pencil, and the piece of paper that Mrs. Wallace is giving you. You can clear your desk otherwise. Clear your desk. Put it underneath. Because I just put everything underneath your desk. Thank you.
Mrs. Russell's finishing passing out the numbers. I'm just going to talk about what each station is so you know what to expect. Isaac, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, station 1, right here, correct? You're going to be working with me, and we're going to be talking about metaphor. And we're going to be looking at the poem and talking about metaphor, right? Station 2 is going to be with Mrs. Russell. She is working on rhyme scheme. And you're also going to get a chance to use some poetry that multiple students have brought in. Station 3, where Jaden is.
Yeah.
That's a Chromebook station, right? So you're going to be asked to log into Google Classroom, and this is really important to know because it's a little blip that you need to be aware of when you get there. When you go onto Google Classroom and you click on the link for today, like an error message will pop up for it's an Edpuzzle. Right? Edpuzzle. You just X out of it, and it'll work perfectly fine. Okay? When you get to that station, it will work. Just X out. Last station, I know a lot of you are excited to see colored pencils because we get to do some drawing. Okay? And it's going to have to do with illustrating the poem that's on the front. So if you look at the back of this paper, the little 4 just didn't show up on the printing. So where it says please illustrate, you can put 4 there for station 4. Any questions so far? All right, so all your belongings should be on the floor, except for the handout, your pencil, and if you brought a poetry book.
Now, if you didn't bring a poetry book, that's okay, because we'll tell you what to do otherwise. So what we're going to do first, before we get into our stations, is I want everybody to turn back to the front of the page, and we're going to read this poem together. Now, you'll be reading this poem often, right? You're going to read this quite a few times. But I'd like to read it together as a class so that we can really get an understanding for it, okay? So this is Nothing Gold Can Stay by Robert Frost. It says, nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold. Her early leaf's a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down to day, nothing gold can stay. So that's what we're working with today. And as we know, with most poems, it's never the literal understanding. So you guys that are going to be illustrating this poem, which is all of you guys, think about this poem before you start drawing leaves. Well, I mean, you can draw leaves, but absolutely think about what the deeper meaning of this poem might be. Okay, so I think it's about time. Make sure you have your number, your pencil, and your paper, and you have 30 seconds. Ready? Go. You are.
guys are setting the timer, and that's gonna kind of be our reminder of when to move and switch stations, okay?
Using like or as. For example, the road was a purple river in the moonlight. The above poem is a metaphor, but of what? Read, annotate, and analyze each line of Nothing Gold Can Save, keeping the definition of metaphor in mind.
Yeah, so we're gonna do this together. Okay. So let's look back at that sentence. The road was a purple ribbon in the moonlight. Do you think the road is a real, like, are you gonna walk out at night and the road is a ribbon? No. Right? They're just using it as a way to kind of explain it to us, right? And to describe it and to use maybe a little imagery in there, right? So it's different from a simile, right? A simile has like or as, right? The sun or the things. The sun was as round as a beach ball. That would be a simile because as. If we just said the sun was a beach ball today, or the size of a beach ball today, right? Or was a beach ball. It does sound a little off, right? But it's not a simile, right? Okay. So let's look at the road was a purple ribbon in the moonlight. What do you think in that line? Comparing.
When I asked you to do this, it's just go find a poem in your personal book. There's a rhyme scheme in your poem. There's a rhyme scheme
As an example.
if it is. What is it? Write a stanza. What is a stanza?
So what we're going to do is we're going to get a poem
I
now.
haven't read all of those things where we take just little pieces. So if you're looking at Oh, have you heard? Right, so this Oh, have you heard has two stanzas. This is the first stanza, and then that's the second stanza. So stanzas are paragraphs. So what you're going to do is find in your personal poetry book a poem that you could use, and you're going to put that stanza here. You're not going to write the whole poem, but just the stanza here, and then identify the rhyme scheme. Now, if you happen to have forgotten your poem today, you can use Nothing Gold Can Stay, right? So if you can identify the rhyme scheme of your personal poem, and if you need help finding one that's easy to use, I can help you out. Or if you can't quite find one, please use Nothing Gold Can Stay and identify the rhyme scheme.
So how do you draw out the stanza?
So you would just shorten your margin. So if you were to think that this is your big margin, you could either center it, or you can put it off to the side.
So we're not writing these words again?
You are writing those, right? Yeah, you're going to write those words on that paper, right? And make sure that you are able to identify the rhymes.
I write the A and the B? Alright.
Okay. So
Then use Nothing Gold Can Stay.
another word I didn't.
There you go. That works out through. How about you work with Nothing Gold Can Stay? We can all do that. We can all work with Nothing Gold Can Stay, unless you, because I know Shel Silverstein rhymes. Yeah, just go ahead and work that out. So while they're doing that, what I want you to try to do here is, remember we have rhyme scheme, right? So we have A, B, B, and all the things that rhyme, like A, and air, and air, right? Yeah. So can you show me the words that rhyme in these first two lines? At the same chunk, you would use the same letters. So gold and hold, you always start with A. So put the letter A here and the letter A here. And then one, and also by the word gold. Good. You don't have to read it to you guys.
You could say like doesn't last long, or maybe that doesn't last long.
Absolutely. You can think about the scheme can be in the scheme, but
noticed that there is a line. Any color that is in the so even if
She's very sad. That time just keeps going, right? So in this particular poem,
B,
times, but we see that the seasons just keep coming,
Looks the way it is. So this is all about basketball, and these are like all the different players, and this is the court. So that's pretty cool. All right, so pay attention for rhyme scheme. Are you ready? The peanut butter sandwich. And I'll put it here so we can all look at it. Because sometimes hearing it and seeing it, we'll be able to identify it better, right? I'll sing you a poem of a silly young king who played with the world at the end of a string, but he only loved one thing, and that was just a peanut butter sandwich. His scepter and his royal gowns, his regal throne and golden crowns were brown and sticky from the mounds and drippings from each peanut butter sandwich. His subjects were all silly fools, for he had passed a royal rule that all they could learn in school how to make a peanut butter sandwich. So, is a rhyme scheme clear here? I think so. On your papers, write down what you think the rhyme scheme is for peanut butter sandwich. So, we have king and string and thing and sandwich. And we have gowns, crowns, mounds, and sandwich.
with this page?
Talk to side. Talk to side. And check with Drew. Did you guys get something on together? Now it keeps going.
Because you can, the first one, since this is king and string, and this is, yeah, those two don't rhyme.
Right. Good.
I have about 20 seconds, so if you're at a station, finish up your last few thoughts.
But B stays the same because B is sandwich always. So it will always be B. The last sentence is sandwich. Right? So you would work through the alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Right? So I'm going to borrow this from you.
So ladies and gentlemen, that is our timer. So we're going to be moving. If you were at 1, you're going to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and 4 to me. So go ahead, leave your stuff where it is, and take a couple seconds and move tables. Everybody?
I mean, rhyme scheme can vary. What do we need to have for it to be in a poem? It's a silly thing. What do we need in a poem? Rhymes. We have to have rhymes in the poem to have a rhyme scheme. So some of our poetry, like, Noah has the book, right? Shel Silverstein. I do not like green eggs and ham. Does it bring back memories? Yeah, I know. I do not like them, Sam. I am. I do not like them here. I do not like them there. I do not like them anywhere. So I use Dr. Seuss because Dr. Seuss does a lot of rhyming, right? Yeah, you brought out a Dr. Seuss book. It's fantastic because that's all of what he does. Most of his books work on rhyming and like a rhythm and all of that good stuff. So as you can see, when there's a rhyme, and the rhyme repeats itself. So I have am or ham.
Back over together. So we're gonna go through each line together and kind of figure out what it's really saying. Nature's first green is gold. What do you think?
Well, I think it's like they're starting gold and they turn gold. Well, I mean, they start green and turn to gold.
Okay. So let's think of gold as something other than a color.
Material.
Yes, think of it as a material. So what is gold? Is it some
Valuable.
Yeah, it's valuable. What other words can you think of about gold?
Pretty. Shiny.
Shiny, okay.
Some gold's bright.
Right, it's pretty. It's pretty, it's a precious metal, right? It's something that's valuable, right? Right, it has some, it's valued and it has some value to it. Okay, good. So when you look at it and they're saying nature's first green is
Let's look at our own poems that we have and determine if there's a rhyme scheme. Clearly, there's going to be a rhyme scheme, right? But if we need to, Colleen, if yours find up, let's look at a poem. Yes, yes, absolutely.
okay. So you like doesn't last long. Or it's hard to maintain. You can't keep up the.
You don't have to write anything. Ryan, you can share your poem with anything so you can look on it if you're interested. You can take turns if you
If you unplug it and plug it back in, it should, So I think our time is almost, get to a good spot, right? You will be getting to a good spot. And so if you haven't finished the video, that's okay. You can pause it, right? Because we want to get through to the next station. And what we'll do tonight is you will work on it, right? You will work on it a little bit later. You'll have time to work tomorrow as well. So when the buzzer goes off or when the timer goes off, be ready to move to your next station. So we'll continue to move it forward.
The nature's first thing and also gold, I guess it's special.
So, like
Like the leaves on the
in
tree.
our example, the road's not really a purple ribbon. When they're talking about gold in this line, what do you think they're talking about gold being or meaning? Think about what gold means. It's not just a color.
Wait, do?
It's expensive.
Okay, expensive. What are some other words you can think of?
Pretty.
Pretty. Premium. Okay. Like precious?
Yeah.
Maybe? Okay. Alright. I hope this isn't something that like everybody walks around with in their pockets right anymore.
Maybe high class letters.
Next to that line. And I can write those kind of next to everything, but you still don't. Her heart is huge for gold.
So that's whenever you use a different letter. So Jane, what did you determine was the rhymes or like the rhyme scheme of this poem? So you would tell me the letters of the alphabet that you used. Uh-huh. Good, good, very good. And then the next, did flower rhyme with the other ones?
No.
No, so you had to do what with that one?
Differently.
Yeah, you put a different letter. So you put the letter B. Very good. And so you had, so just read your letters out. You had really very good, very good. All right, so what I'm going to do for you guys right now is we're going to look at a poem from Shel Silverstein. And I'm sure that you are familiar with Shel Silverstein. Yeah. So
the poem that we're gonna look at today. And what I want you to do in your little area here is anytime you hear a rhyme, you write the letters down. So, just like you did with here, like just, you don't have to write this. Okay? It says, I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. So, do you hear a rhyme scheme? I hear that today and McKay rhyme, so on my paper I would write A. Okay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps.
So like that.
B. Yep, A, B. My mouth is A, C. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox. And there's one more. That's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg.
Forget about talking about extra leaves, but think about leaf subsides to leaf.
Compare like guys doing this.
Not that dramatic. Changes. I like that. I like that. Leaf changes to leaf. If we want to think about it literally, we can think about the seasons. What happens during the seasons? Leaves change, right? Like right now, there's flowers on the trees. And then leaves are mostly green in the summer, right? And what happens in the fall? Okay. So then leaf subsides to leaf. That kind of shows us what changes.
It should be like fall color.
Time changes. Time goes by. Yeah, you can write that down. A person's life. How is time changing? You're getting older, but you're going through different points of your life, different parts of your life, right? Okay, so the next sentence, before we move, I want you to think about after falling all these beautiful leaves, what happens to all those beautiful leaves? So negative. They fall, right? Leaves fall, and it's winter. Okay. So when we look at this next line, it says, so Eden sank to grief. What do you, why do you think Eden is sad?
Because it's winter now, there's no like colors.
Because it's winter now?
Yeah, it's like that color.
About 2 minutes left. What happens to the time?
I'll do that, just get some fluids in you every 2 weeks. And then we do change Okay, we have about a minute left, so you should start finishing up the part you're on. And then, we're gonna kind of wrap up a little bit.
Down, we're gonna wrap up. And I'm gonna try to get any numbers that have not been collected yet.
shut your computers, shut these would be great. Sit tight. Everybody sits tight where they are. So we have a few minutes left before the end of class. What did we learn today? What did we learn today? Please give us some information of what you learned. What did we learn? What did we learn today? Give you some think time. Isaac.
Like maybe you look at something first and kind of see like a little bit, but then the more you dig into it, the more you find out about that one little like paragraph.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great.
David?
Robert Frost was a person who was famous and made lots of poems.
Yes, he was. He wrote prolifically. He wrote a lot of poems. And
Little things can be actually very big and like heartfelt and like precious.
precious. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Paulina.
Rhyming is usually the key for like poems.
Sometimes, right? It depends on how you feel as a poet, right? So rhyming, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. How many of you feel like you might need to change your picture here after going through one of the stations, right? Isn't it funny how like when you stop and think about something for a bit of a time that you might need to go back? So wait, before you go.
So, tomorrow we're gonna finish up the stations, okay? We have one more rotation to do, I think. Okay, homework tonight is where do I's eat, we haven't done it. Have a good day, thank you.
Thanks, have a good day, see you later.